Welcome to the Daily Breakthrough, the podcast about insights and tips to help you win the day. I am your host, Kwame Kuadey. Today, I want to delve into who we become in the process. I think that one of the most important things about building something for the long term, one of the most important things about being an entrepreneur or a serial entrepreneur is that you have to probably have come to the realization already that the goals that we chase, when we get there, it is not that exciting. Even if it's exciting, that moment is very fleeting because once we achieve that goal, the euphoria that we feel most of the time disappears very quickly. And by human nature, we then set a new goal. So, a lot of entrepreneurship is about waiting, it's about the journey. And today, I want to say that it's also about who you become during the process. So, if we can agree that the destination is really short lived and it's not permanent, and the feelings that we're hoping to get or experience is so short lived and sometimes even underwhelming and disappointing because you would have spent months and years working on this thing and have this perception about what is going to bring you, how it's going to change your life. Sometimes we delay things and hold ourselves back, or we neglect certain areas of our lives and tell ourselves, if I achieve this goal, then I am going to do this. And then you achieve the goal and you realize that it wasn't all that you thought it was going to be. And then we set another goal. So I want to talk about two things there. Number one, a lot of business is about waiting. We know that this is where we want to be, and the entire time we are working towards that goal. Once we get there, by human nature, we set another goal. So we are always chasing another goal, another milestone, another achievement. But what I want to discuss today is that it is equally important to pay attention to who you are becoming during that process, because that's where the magic is. That's where the excitement is. That's where the growth is. The growth is in the journey to the destination. The growth is not in the destination because the destination is so fleeting and short lived. So if you are not paying attention and stretching during the journey, you're probably missing a lot of potential and a lot of growth opportunity and a lot of skills and tools and mindset that you can gain that is going to really help you on the next thing that you decide to go and achieve. So, I wanted to talk about four things that are part of the journey that we should be hoping and looking for, and in my experience have been the four critical things that I have gained in paying attention to the journey and leveraging the things that I learned in the journey to take to the next problem, the next challenge, the next business. So the first one is we become disciplined and consistent. Now, one of the reasons why successful people continue to be successful, or people who've built something big and meaningful, it's very easy for them, or easier for them, to build something new even if they fail later, is that they have gained certain tools. And one of them is discipline and consistency. And if you've watched my podcast for a while, if you've watched my content for a while, you know that discipline and consistency are one of the things that I pride, because they're so critical in breaking any barrier, learning anything new, getting good at anything. Discipline is doing what you say you're going to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Consistency is doing the thing over a long period of time. And during that journey, if you're going to do anything big, you would have to learn discipline and consistency. And if you master those two things, it becomes very, very, very relevant and useful in the next business, in the next challenge, in the next problem, because you know you are somebody whose word to yourself is good. If you say, I'm going to get up in the morning and work out at 5 a.m., you're going to get up in the morning and work out at 5 a.m. That's discipline. And if you have that, you have a superpower. And if you can do that consistently, you have even a greater superpower. So that's one. Discipline and consistency is one of the things we gain and become during the journey. Number two, embracing discomfort. I recorded a previous video talking about things that our legacy that I want to leave my children and ingrain in them. If there's nothing I would have given my children, if there's nothing they can remember me by, if they can remember this at the back of their mind always, that being discomfort, willingness to be outside of a comfort zone is one of the biggest underrated tools and skills and mindset that you can have for success. And during the journey of achieving, one of the things that you will come to realize very quickly is that being uncomfortable is one of the keys to unlocking your potential. Anything new you want to try, anything new you want to achieve, anything new you want to become good at, you have to be willing to put yourself in discomfort and be uncomfortable. To do something that is totally outside of your comfort zone to be able to achieve it. And if you've achieved something big, and if you want to continue to achieve big things, discomfort is part of the game. So that's one of the things we gain during the journey. Number three, and one more thing I want to say about discomfort is that fear. We fear things because it's going to make us uncomfortable. But what we want is on the other side of that fear. It's on the other side of that discomfort. So whenever you feel fear about something that is unknown that you want to do or you want to try, recognize that embedded in that is that you're feeling discomfort and that you are afraid of the discomfort you're going to feel when you try it. And if you can embrace that and just go and try it, knowing that it will get better with practice, the discomfort will get better with practice, and the discomfort will get better with experience. So, it is important to keep that at the back of your mind when you feel that fear, that you know is because you are thinking about the discomfort you're going to feel, but know that it's going to get better with practice and experience. Number three, patience. Patience is one of the things we gain on the journey. And if you can realize that we underestimate what we can do in a year, 5 years, 10 years, and overestimate what we can do in weeks, months, and even a year, you would have gained a perspective on business and life that is going to carry you so far. Because in my experience, if you can have that 5-year world view, and what can I achieve in 5 years? What would my world look like in 10 years? What are the possibilities for me in 10 years, in 5 years, versus what can I do in a year? You will have a totally different approach, and your mind will open up to so many possibilities because you are patient enough to realize that things take time, and things that are worth doing take time. And they're not going to come quickly. They're going to come with a lot of patience, and patience is an action. You have to prepare because it's going to take a long time. So there's certain things that you have to do to extend your runway to make sure that you are going to be patient and let this play out because it's going to take time to happen. And then the last is mindset. One of the things we gain on the journey, if you're doing something big or have achieved something big or achieving something big, one of the things you're going to gain is mindset. You're going to quickly realize, or over time, you're going to realize that things happen. Even the bad things that we think happen for us. Because adversity and pain have embedded in them lessons and experiences that are meant for us to lift us up and force us to do the hard things we've been avoiding, the hard things that we know we should have been doing to move ourselves to the next level, to move our business to the next level, to move our business to be more innovative and stay ahead of the curve, or to move us into our potential. It is only during those painful moments. Pain is a driver. If you use it, that we're willing, when we feel that pressure that is hitting us, we are able to leverage that pain and do the uncomfortable things that we need to do and do the hard things that we need to do to move to the next level. So the point I'm trying to make with this episode is that the journey is where it's at. And so you have to embrace the journey and live it and know that you're gaining so many things. You're getting discipline and consistency. You're embracing discomfort. You're being patient. You're getting into the right mindset that this is happening for you and not to you, and that you're going to leverage this moment and learn the lessons that are supposed to come with it so that you can carry it to the next thing. And so what happens is that if you've gained all these things, the next time you face adversity, the next time you face a challenge, the next time you want to start a new business, a new line of business, product or service, you have these tools in your toolkit that you can activate and rely on as you go on another journey, having the right mindset, having the right attitude, having the right expectation, and having the right skill set to be able to will yourself to do what is required and be patient enough to see it through. So that is for today. So I hope it's been helpful and giving you something to think about. So until the next time, keep pushing forward.